Alyssa.
Hi, I'm Jordan.
So I'll be your social worker today. So have you seen a social worker before?
I haven't.
Okay, so I know it might take a little bit for you to feel comfortable talking to me because we just met, but I'll do everything I can to make you feel comfortable. How are you feeling about it?
I'm feeling pretty good.
Okay. And so today we'll be having a conversation just to talk about why you're here, and hopefully I can give you some helpful pointers so you feel more comfortable about why you came in today. So can you tell me a little bit about why you're here?
I'm here basically because I live with two roommates and I've been having a lot of issues with them.
Okay, and so I know that can be very frustrating. Just a lot of people have had roommate issues, so hopefully we can get to the bottom of what is causing your problems, and we can kind of get an action plan and go from there.
Sounds good.
So throughout your session, I'm going to be making some notes just to open up a file for you and just gather some pieces of information.
Okay.
All right. So I'd like for you to talk just a little bit more detail about what problems you're having with your roommates.
So I'm having quite a few problems. Basically, so I have two roommates, and one of them doesn't clean after himself. He doesn't ever do his dishes, leaves stuff in the sink. He leaves his clothes in the washer and dryer pretty much every time. He is loud, obnoxious late at night, and I have to wake up in the morning and go to work. Every time we do hang out a few times, and when we do go out to a bar or restaurant, he usually expects me to pay for him. There's just a whole array of things that it's not
How does that
going
make you
over very
feel?
well.
Is this affecting other aspects of your life outside of just your home environment?
Not really outside, just when I get back from work, it's just I have to go see him again. So it is stressful though on my daily life.
Does it make you want to stay in your room versus going out and being more social?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, okay. And so how long have you lived in this apartment?
I've been there for about 2 years.
2 years, okay. And how long have you had the roommate issues?
About half a year.
Half a year, okay. And so you've stated the primary concerns are laundry always being left, he eats your food.
Right.
What were some of the other concerns?
He eats my food, drinks my beer, and it's like, he has a job as well, so it's not like he can't pay for his own things.
So he's not an equal roommate?
No, not at all. He does like to hang out, but he's very loud and opinionated. For example, he usually likes to talk about politics, and I don't. So, and I've told him before, I like to maintain the peace, so I don't really argue with him, but I like to say, I just would rather not talk about politics, and then the next day he'll just do it again.
Okay, so you've tried to have communication with him about what your concerns are, and it doesn't seem to be helping?
He either doesn't listen or just doesn't care.
Okay.
Yeah.
So out of those issues, what is your main concern? Like, if you were to prioritize, what do you think bothers you the most?
Definitely him eating my food, drinking my beer. That's just like, I'll come home and some of it's either made and it's in like his containers, and I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Or I get back one night and I know he was there by himself, and like he drinks half my 6-pack. It's like, come on, like that's just not acceptable.
So that's inconvenient just because you expect your food to be there, and it's
right. And
not.
It would be one thing if I would say like, yeah, here you can have some of this, but he just does it like by himself.
He doesn't ask
without even asking me, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you have tried communicating with him, and it's just not working. So I think we're going to start with small steps and work up to bigger steps if the small steps don't work initially.
Okay.
So for the first step, I would like you to make a roommate contract with him so you can both identify what you want in a roommate and what are non-negotiable behaviors. For example, not talking about politics if that's not something you feel comfortable with.
Right.
So you can lay out this contract so you both are on the same page about how you should be as roommates. Do you feel comfortable doing that?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
And so based on what we've discussed today, I'd like to see you in about a week, because hopefully in about a week some of the roommate contract will
Mhm.
kick in, and he will understand that you are serious about making the changes. And just make sure when you go about discussing the communication with him that it's direct, so he knows that you're serious and to the point. But make sure it's not a personal attack on him, or he'll be defensive and is less likely to be able
Right.
to
That
agree.
makes sense. Yeah, I think that's a good idea because, like you were saying, maybe he just isn't taking me seriously, or
Mhm.
maybe he just doesn't realize that it's that big of a problem.
Mhm.
So I think that's a good idea.
So 1 to 2 weeks, or I'll see you again in a week, and hopefully we can
Okay.
do about 3 to 4 sessions, and we can come back and regroup each week and see what has changed and what hasn't,
Mhm.
and then we can make new action plans based on what you've seen good changes in and what you're still
Mhm.
having issues with.
Okay.
Does that sound good for
Yeah,
you?
I
Okay,
think that sounds perfect.
perfect. So I'll see you Monday, and we'll see how things have progressed.
All right. Thank you.
Perfect.